Dr. Babu, the fact is, let's just say, that shot to most of India is a far way out. Let's say, the person we were speaking to earlier, Dr. Gangadhar, had said that, at least I'm looking at a March 2020, it's a positive outlook and we go as per plan. Even then though, Dr. Babu, if the vaccination process starts now, let's say in a few days after this green light has been given, after a few months, there would be a large chunk which would be vaccinated. Would you reckon then that herd immunity that we've been talking about for so long kicks in?
Yeah, that's a good question. Thanks for having me on this show with the esteemed panelists. Let's put things in perspective and let's begin by comparing India with the UK. That's a fair comparison. The cases are increasing in UK. They're unable to control the surge in cases, and that's why more than science, while I share the enthusiasm of the co-panelist, I really do not see credible evidence from the phase 3 saying that timing and the dose of this vaccine has been beneficial. All these have been subgroups, and there are also a lot of problems in terms of pooling of the data. So therefore, the evidence is still yet to be very clear. But for India, we need to look at the evidence that is coming from Indian trial and then see, obviously none of us have the access to the data. I'm sure the regulators have the data, the subject expert committee members have the access to the data, and they would have followed due diligence in approving this vaccine. If this really true that it is efficacious, at least in this time frame, it will be at one point of time when the trial duration is complete. But if it is really efficacious now, we should start with the phase 1 where healthcare workers are being planned. And beyond that, we have sufficient time to plan for those who have comorbidities and elderly to be included in the vaccination program. In order to do that, I think that's where the challenge is in terms of we do not have a complete and exhaustive list of all the people who have comorbidities. Just to put things in perspective, 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Nearly 50% of them are not diagnosed. So where is this list of all those who are having comorbidities? Our organization led by Professor Murthy did a national survey where we found more than 50% of the people are blind by the time they come to know that they have diabetes. So in a country where we do not have a reliable list of those with comorbidities, ensuring that all of them will get vaccine is the next step. But first we should get a list which is complete and exhaustive. And this is not impossible. This is not impossible. At least in the state of Karnataka, a vulnerable survey has been done twice in the duration of this COVID-19 response, where people who are above the age of 50 years and all those who have comorbidities have been mapped out. So that exercise has to occur, and then they'll have to be prioritized for vaccination. And whichever vaccine meets the evidence by then, and the more the merry, they should be used in terms of scheduling the vaccination program. My priority would be to see all the elderly and those who have comorbidities getting the vaccine at some point of time in the next year.
But that's the plan, where India's, we have a clear, whatever the government has given us, there is a clear plan that 1 crore, frontline health officials will get it first, then, people who are over the age of 50 with comorbidities and so on and so forth. So there is a plan in action. Whether it's followed once it rolls out is a different thing which we're going to be keeping a keen eye on. But Dr. Gupta, you've always been a little skeptical about these vaccines and the timing that, it's been compressed in this short time frame and now being rolled out.
Yeah, certainly. So my own take and understanding about this whole issue is that of course we are rushing this entire process as that it is beyond imagination. While the other fact is this, that the numbers of people getting infected and the number of people dying out of it are fast declining. In fact, there is a consistent and a secular decline in the number of people who are getting infected. In in contrast to the countries of the West and USA and the countries in Europe. So we are in a altogether very different situation, different kind of a level in terms of the effect and the impact of this pandemic. And if that is so, then we need to take a more nuanced and a more calibrated, granular approach in terms of the vaccination. First and foremost thing for us is to identify why we want to paint the entire India into one frame.